Today we are answering your questions, and who is this person here? This is actually my salon co-founder. She's been here since day one, the day I opened the salon. We've been a team the entire time, and we are here for your questions.
What's this whole thing about Olaplex getting banned?
You probably noticed there's a ton of panic and fear on social media about Olaplex getting banned. What's in it? What could this possibly be? What does this mean? The thing is, Olaplex isn't really getting banned. What's getting banned is a fragrance that Olaplex happens to use. A couple of months ago, the UK and the EU announced that they will be banning this specific fragrance. The idea is that the fragrance was fine before because it was only in a limited amount of products and it needs to build up at a certain concentration to actually have any effect. But because it's been put into so many products now, it's in makeup, it's in fragrances, it's in household cleaners, it's in a ton of things, they're worried about it being built up and having negative effects on the body. So the EU and the UK are trying to get ahead of the game and say, hey, we're banning this fragrance. If you're using this fragrance right now, you're gonna have to change it up, pick a new fragrance, and replace this ingredient by March 1st. I also wanna note that it's not just Olaplex as a brand. It's only in Olaplex number 3. So if you're really worried about it, you can just stay away from number 3 and you'll be fine. Basically, everything's gonna be fine. It's no big deal. It's gonna be the exact same product. It'll smell a little bit differently, but you'll get the exact same benefits with a different fragrance. That's really all it is.
Is it true that in order to grow longer hair, it needs to be trimmed every 3 months?
Oh my God, this literally makes me want to vomit. This is one of the biggest lies that is in the entire hair industry.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing.
Because they want them to come back for their cuts.
My lips are sealed. But like here's the thing, you're not gonna grow your hair out by cutting it. Things don't get longer by cutting it. You will sometimes notice that here's a special case where this works. This works like 1% of the time. If you have healthy hair down to here and your ends are unhealthy, and then all of a sudden you cut off the unhealthy ends,
right,
and you have healthy hair all the way down now, then you will start to see growth.
Right.
But the thing is, it's not because you cut the hair, it's because your ends are actually healthy now.
Right.
When your ends are dead, they're constantly breaking off, it's almost like dust almost, like you're constantly losing length, they're constantly breaking off, they look dead, and that's why you can't get length. It's not because you got the trim. The trim is just exposing that, okay, we got rid of the dead hair, the healthy hair is coming down now, and the healthy hair will actually add length because the ends are not getting dusted off and broken off.
This happened to me once before where my stylist at that time, like I was getting like blowouts and stuff, and she was like, oh, you should actually be trimming your hair every 2 months. So I was like, oh, okay, well, let me just try that. Let me try to be better about my hair. My hair, when she trimmed it, was like here. When she did the second, like, because I like trimmed it, everything was great. It did not grow that fast, clearly. And then all of a sudden, my hair was to here, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? I literally go maybe once every 6 months to a year.
Literally.
For a trim, and
You
my hair is
literally get a
literally,
trim, yeah.
and my hair is like growing down to my butt. Like every time I get a blowout, people are like, "Oh my gosh, your hair's so much longer." I don't even notice it at this point.
Well, you're kind of cheating because she has an entire team of people that help take care of her. But
you can have your own team.
if you have your hair routine down, you really only need to get it trimmed every 6 to 12 months. Honestly, if you like to get it trimmed every 2 months, go for it. That's totally cool. But if you're trying to grow it out, more frequent trims are not the answer. Honestly, go longer.
How often should I use leave-in conditioner between washes?
We actually get this a lot. Like this is a really, really common question. So the thing is,
why do you sound so upset about it? We actually get this a lot.
I am upset because the thing is, on the directions, for most products, you do not use the directions on the back. These directions are meant to sell products. These were not written by stylists. These were written by people who are trying to sell you products. So they're gonna say, use this all day, every day, all the time. Forget that, you don't need to do that. The thing is, you only need to use it on towel-dried hair on days that you wash your hair. The main function of leave-in conditioner is to put a protective barrier around your hair. It's not to do anything other than that. So you only need to make that barrier one time. If you keep putting it on there day after day, your hair is just gonna get heavier and heavier and heavier. The only product that you ever wanna continually add to your hair is possibly oil on your ends and dry shampoo. Those are the only things that you wanna constantly keep putting in your hair, and really you wanna use as little as possible. Do not just keep putting this in your hair. Save it, you're wasting it.
What is your opinion on Moroccan oil treatment for fine hair?
Oh, Good. This is really threw a curveball there at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and this is Zongless Kitten. We like cats, so I had to say her name.
The thing about Moroccan oil is it's actually very, very heavy. It's great for coarse hair, not so much for fine hair. I usually almost never say people with fine hair should use this, but the thing is, you can if you're a ninja and you know exactly how much to use. If you use a very small amount on fine hair, you'll be just fine. But usually you only want to use this on coarse hair. It's amazing for coarse hair.
Another thing, Chris said, you know, like you can put off the excess like in a towel or something. Use it. Like, I know that sounds really silly, but use the excess. Put it on like your elbows, on your hands. It'll literally absorb it. It'll keep that nice and hydrated. You spend money on this, so you might as well use it in different ways, honestly. My hair keeps breaking mid-shaft. Any length, any recommendations?
Most people don't have any framework for how to get healthy hair. They don't even know if their hair is healthy or if it's not healthy. The thing is, like, it's almost, if you compare this to like something like baking, if you leave out, like, you have an ingredient list, like, you know what you need. Hair is like, you don't even know what you need.
Right.
Like, when you bake, if you leave out sugar,
Right.
it's gonna come out terrible. If you leave out the flour, it's gonna come out terrible. Hair is the exact same way, except there's really only 3 ingredients that you need. The first thing, and this is just for healthy hair, styling is another issue, but to have healthy hair, you need to be using professional shampoo and conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, and then you need to be using some type of hair oil for your ends. Those are the 3 ingredients to having healthy hair. If you don't have that, you will not have healthy hair.
It's hard, you know, because we come from a base as kids where like we use like all-in-one shampoo and conditioner or stuff like that. Like we did, like we like,
I know.
especially Florida people. Oh my gosh, we'd get in the pool and then we would just use like that cream conditioner after, and we'd be like, oh, we're good to go, you know. And that's how we grew up. Is it okay to double shampoo? All right, Hannah.
This is
Be a girl.
Hannah, I love you. This is like, so like Blowout Professor. This is like Blowout Professor's like teacher's pet. If you get your hair completely clean on just one wash, that's totally cool. Most people cannot do that.
Yeah.
Most people, that just does not work. So the thing is, wash once with a little bit of shampoo, wash twice with about the same shampoo. If you spread out shampoo, like if you spread out shampoo, instead of using it all in one big glob in the beginning, and you instead separate it into 2 shampoos, basically cut that glob in half, it's going to do so much more. It's going to get so much more oil, because when you have one big glob, it basically just sits on top of itself and doesn't get to the oil. If you start noticing your scalp drying out, then that's your sign you probably don't need to do the second wash. But that's usually the opposite of what happens. Most people need the second wash.
Yeah. Every client that comes into our salon, we wash twice. Always.
Literally.
And we always hear how much longer their blowout extends them. And I think the 2 go hand in hand, always.
That's true. That's actually one of the biggest things we get. Is like, oh my God, it lasted so long.
Right.
It's like, it's because we did a really good wash.
Right. In your opinion, is something wrong with air drying your hair?
Nothing is wrong with air drying your hair. You can air dry your hair, you can blow dry your hair, you can do both with 0 damage. The only thing is, when you do air dry your hair, the texture is not going to be as smooth. You're going to have air dry texture. Unless you have naturally very, very silky smooth hair, you're not going to have a great texture when you air dry your hair. Just the way it is.
Yeah, I religiously used to air dry my hair because I did not want to blow dry it, sit under a blow dryer, and then I would flat iron it the next day, and that was absolutely horrible for me.
Thing is, if you're taking heat to your hair, like if you're going to use a flat iron or a curling iron, or even a blow dryer, I don't know why you would do this, but a lot of people do, you need to use it on the day that you actually wash your hair.
Yeah.
Like if you let your hair air dry and then you take an iron to it, it's not going to look good. You're basically starting from a point of a complete mess. Whatever shape the hair dries in, that's the shape it's going to keep. So if you're going to use a flat iron, wash the hair, blow dry it, smooth, then use the flat iron. The flat iron will keep the shape much, much better if you do a smooth blow dry without it.
How soon after washing and drying should you apply dry shampoo? Is dry shampoo like hair deodorant? What? Is dry shampoo like hair deodorant? I don't think we should use that verbiage at all.
The main thing about dry shampoo is a lot of people put dry shampoo on their hair when it's clean, before it gets dirty.
Your hair's clean. Why would you put something on it? It's clean.
There's actually 2 things going on here. Number 1, you're putting the dry shampoo in your hair to protect it against the oil that's going to be there tomorrow. But how much oil is going to be there tomorrow?
I don't know.
So it's really easy to put on too much. So you have no idea how much to put on there. If you put on too much, number 1, you're wasting it. And then number 2, it's going to feel gross because you have too much product in there. So that's why I always like to wait until after. The second thing is that a lot of times when people put on that dry shampoo preemptively, what they're really doing is not washing their hair well enough, because they're used to waking up the next day with oil in their hair. And dry shampoo is not the way to stop that. The way to stop that is actually by doing a really good job in the shower and using a really good shampoo. There's a lot of people out there, put shampoo in my hands real quick. Thank you. You can't just go like that and then like leisurely, like you need to get in there. I can't tell you, like you shouldn't hurt yourself, but like you should feel your fingers on your scalp. You can't just gently caress your scalp.
Like the best way I can like explain it is like those embarrassing pictures that you had of yourself with soap suds all over you as a kid. Like that's what you should see on the top of your head. And if that takes 2 shampoos, shampoo it twice. I heard that volume shampoos, like volume injection, dries out your hair. Is this true?
This is a classic example of using a product that's not right for your hair type. For a lot of hair types, volumizing shampoo is absolutely amazing and will not dry your hair out at all because your hair needs that light formulation. If your hair gets oily really quickly, you want a light formulation. The last thing you want is some super hydrating shampoo to weigh your hair down and make it feel oily. But if you have beautiful coarse hair like you want super hydrating products. So if someone like her hair that needs a lot of moisture and doesn't get weighed down easily at all, does not get oily at all, if she uses a volume shampoo, it is going to dry her hair out because she needs tons of moisture. It really just depends on your hair type.
Is washing my hair once a week okay?
Yes, 100% yes. So we had a lot of questions like this. This usually comes from people who are hanging out as like friends. They're like, oh, how often do you wash your hair? How often do you wash your hair?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's different for everybody. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
You can go literally 10 days without washing your hair, but there's other people who need to wash every 3 days. Neither one of them is wrong or right. It just depends on your scalp and how oily it gets and how quickly it gets. Actually, there's a thing that I really like I struggle to show it because I don't have hair. There's actually a thing that Leslie has called the flip test, which she will show you right now. This is how you know if you should wash your hair or keep going.
Yeah, so all I do is I take a section out of my hair, like so, and I flip it over, and if it falls down like it just did, that means my hair is still clean, it's not retaining too much oil. If I flip it again and it stays, and it basically stays in this position, that means that it's too oily and that it's probably time to either incorporate dry shampoo in my routine the next day or consider washing within 1 to 2 days of it.
And when it stays up like that, it stays up like weird anti-gravity type stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's just so much oil.
Like I literally have to flip my whole head to get that piece of hair back.
Yeah. So it's if it falls at all,
yeah. One thing I love about this question that I just want to harp on is you're right. Like women sit together and they talk about this all the time. And I remember that I was sitting with one of my friends who washes her hair literally like every other day. And I told her like I can easily go 7 days without washing my hair. And their immediate reaction was, oh my God, that is disgusting. But they don't have my hair type. Surprisingly, my friend actually came in and got a blowout here, and she didn't wash her hair for 5 days. And she was like, oh my God, like I get it now. Like if I don't have to wash it, I won't, you know? So it's just the realization of that. So to make sure that nobody is making you feel gross.
The point of it really is that they're gross because they're the ones who are not washing their hair well enough to actually get the oil out of it. So they're making you feel bad for actually doing a good job. Do not make anybody feel bad for being able to go a long time between washes.
Right. Why does my hair become instantly oily after I flat iron it, even though I just washed it? Oh, I'm sorry, girl. We're coming for you.
It's one of 2 problems. Number 1, your flat iron might be super greasy, super dirty, super oily. That would be pretty obvious. You would know that right away. You go to look at it or run your finger over it. But what's probably happening is you probably have a lot of low quality products in your hair that do not dissolve well in water and they're basically coated and caked on your hair. You're probably also not using a professional shampoo. Get a professional shampoo, use it along the entire length of your hair. You don't usually want to do that, but at least once use it on the entire length of your hair to get it all out of your hair. Fresh and clean. If you need to clean your iron, should solve it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you learned anything, please hit subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll make sure to get back to you. Have a good one.